basically rush down and maybe try to cut through the north by basically micromanaging some of these units. I mean, these guys seem to be pretty prepared for war. They certainly have an administration that's not going to give up very easily. This republic is a strong one. It's not like Czechoslovakia was during World War II. They actually seem to have a pretty decent defensive force here. And of course, these mountains don't make things at all easier for us. Go. Should form some Kampfgruppen, Twitch line is saying. A good idea. Yeah, seriously, Arman's right. Fucking it's just silly, dude. No shit posting. Evil Beyond, hello. All right, onwards we go. Now it looks like these battles are definitely turning in our favor. Look at that. You can actually see our Valkist planes going down. So some of our bombers definitely getting hit by the enemy there. One of them just went down in flames. But I don't think the Czechs are going to be able to hold up much longer. I highly doubt it. Okay, very interesting. In a surprising move, the former terminally ill man of Europe has sent a request to join the Stahlpact. Following the Great War, the Ottoman Empire was partitioned in a much more brutal fashion than the German Empire. Italy took Pamphylia, occupied with France taking portions of Syria, Lebanon, and Hantab, which would lead to the creation of Phoenicia. The Ottomans sit in a strategically valuable area in the Middle East. Having them as an ally would certainly inconvenience the French and Italians substantially, but then again, they were by no means a viable ally in the Great War. What do we do here, guys? We have to ask ourselves as well, what would the Valkists do? Now, the Hellenic Republic, the Greeks have a lot of territory here. This is not the Ottoman Empire you're thinking of. This is a very weakened Ottoman Empire here. And I'm just not sure if bringing them into the Stahlpact is the right thing to do. Then again, you know, we want as many countries in the Stahlpact as possible. That's partly true. But if they end up going to war with Greece, which looks highly likely, we're probably going to have to get into that war. Which then again might give us justification to, you know, go ahead and take other areas. What do you guys think? So, Evil Beyond, the story to this mod is, it's actually based off KaiserReich, but it's an alternate history off KaiserReich. So it's alternate history on alternate history. Okay, hold on. So Armand is saying, Agrippa, do us a favor, select all your armies, then click on one of the empty army portraits. Hold on a second. Okay. 1, 2. Hold on. Let me select all. Hold on. Let's make sure that we see what you're saying. Select all your armies, then click one of the empty army portraits. I see what you mean. Okay, I think you're saying to get a, what is it, a major general or something like that? Let's do that. And we click this portrait right here. New army group or create a new army. Leave the Turks, Twitch line is saying. I think I agree. I'm leaving the Turks. We've got no use for them. They're going to end up, you know, basically destroying themselves. It's just, it's none of our business. Okay, so they've still declared war on the Italians, and thank God we didn't join them, because we would have been going to war with Italy, which is not something I necessarily want. The Anglo-French diplomatic row. This is good. So the British and the French are not getting along here. Tense situation because of the East African colonies there. That's great for us. I don't want them to get along. I want them to separate. Maybe we can get the Entente to split. New army group. Oh, okay. All right, I hope I'm doing the right thing here, because I might not be. So I'm going to grab everybody and click here on the new army group. Ah, I see. So, no, this is just a new army, isn't it? Wait. I think I understand now. Wow. Why didn't anybody tell me this before? Good God. So Guderian is now leader of the army group. I get it now. Thank you, Araman. I did not know this before. This is why I need to know this stuff. Like, you'd be surprised with Paradox games especially how I just discover things randomly. Like, oh my goodness, that's interesting. I always thought they just had simplified sort of the military situation here in the game. So you can have a field marshal. And, of course, we've got Guderian here. Wait a minute, wasn't he the leader of one of our armies? No, I don't think so. Actually, don't mind having Guderian in charge. He's probably a damn good choice. Okay, here we go. 77,000 dead in the Republic of Zapodoslavia, guys. And we have got 26,000 dead on our side. Agreeable and acceptable losses. Let's see. Hey, Zigbar saying alternate history of alternate history. That's mad. It is. It is. But it is what it is. All right. Keep on attacking. Okay. They've signed a white peace. I am very scared to find out what's going to happen here. So actually, this is interesting. Denmark won on this one. Despite, I mean, this is crazy because the Commune could have easily beaten them. But I guess they're taking Jutland. And the Commune is going to take Holstein, Hamburg, and Schleswig here. So this is going to be sort of their territory. And they're just going to agree to just keep things, you know, keep things rosy between them. There's probably going to be a nice DMZ built right there. Interesting situation, to say the least. It looks like the Czechs are crumbling. It's took a little while, but not really that long. And I think we're getting excellent training. Remember that anytime we're in a battle with our units and they win a battle, they actually gain experience. So this is really good training for possible future wars. I'm actually going to go ahead and immediately try to go for Prague. I think we can probably take it. We're making very reasonable demands here. We just want our territory returned to us. Okay, industry standards. Wow. Just got a ton of national focuses there. Unlocked a ton. Now this is going to increase our soft attack. I have to take that. Move up this way. The battle for Prague is ongoing. I'm loving this, by the way. I just now noticed, but if we're looking at these troops down here, they've got this, like, winter gear. They actually have winter gear. And if we go over here, our troops have regular gear. I don't know if this is a new update or something, but that's really cool. So, you know, obviously when they're in the Alps here, they've got their winter gear. As soon as they get into more temperate zone, they can easily just, you know, switch out back into their regular equipment, I guess you could say. Zuhern. All right, we're cutting off a ton of their armies. That's always a huge plus in a war, cutting off their armies completely so that we can just slice and dice them. Let's take a look here. Let's see. I mean, you know, all things considered, they killed 37,000 of us. There's 100,000 dead on their side. 25,000 in the Kingdom of Romania, and 12,000 from the Hungarian administration. They're putting up a fight. You know. We're going to feel this. It's going to be in the newspapers for sure. It's not just going to be a simple, like, oh, yeah, we won that war without a single loss. You know, this is definitely going to affect us. That being said, I think we should have a victory pretty damn soon. Don't forget, guys, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to us here on Twitch. And also click on the Civil War picture down below so that you can be taken to our YouTube channel where we end up uploading these episodes in a shorter version, so that basically everybody can, you know, people that have, you know, don't have time to watch an entire stream, they could still watch the episodes. I usually make them like 20-minute episodes, so, you know, if you've got a break on work or something like that, feel free to check it out. And once again, another recent arms sale. This time it's been Haiti. We sold arms to Haiti. It's the least evil thing we've done. Prague is going to be under our control very soon here. Yep, there we go. Prague is ours. I'm going to go for Pizza now. I wonder if, despite the fact that this was a war that we only declared to take certain states, that maybe since we've won so overwhelmingly, we might just go ahead and just take all of Czechoslovakia. Or what I think is even better is to take most of it and then create a tiny Czechoslovak puppet state. Give them a little bit of autonomy. Well, it's not really autonomy, but perceived autonomy at least. Cut them off, boys, and strangle them. Okay, so they've already signed a white peace with our allies. But we're not finished with them. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and we're doing a massive attack on Brno. I don't think there's really any need to follow a specific battle plan or anything like that. And look at this. Let's check this out because this is important. Look at this, guys. We've got French Republic troops here, expeditionary forces, helping the Czechs. That's not a good sign for the future. What that means is that the French are already highly considering going to war with us. Believe me, you don't send expeditionary forces to the enemy of a country that you like. You don't. And in fact, when you do, most of the times you end up declaring war there. And there we go. Zapodoslavia collapses. It's actually Zapodoslavia. Sorry, I keep mispronouncing that. Hold on a second. Wait, Haiti still have money, says Napoleon. That's a good point. Weird. Well, remember, this was much earlier. Why should we even consider a puppet government? That's a good point, Jigbar. I like all the fine Valkists we have in the chat. I like what you have to say. That's true. Why should we? Yeah. That should be, what's it called? Lebensraum for our people. I think you might be right. So we're going to go ahead and probably get rid of that. Yeah. Cut it in half, keeping one for yourself and creating the puppet state of Slovakia, or giving it to your allies as Twitch Lion. I like both ideas. I think creating a puppet state would probably not be a bad idea. But after a series of German victories, it became clear that the Zaporožian High Command that any further opposition would be hopeless. The Czech army has been continuously routed, and little territory remains for them in the defense. In the chaos, in the situation, the Zapodoslavian government has been forced to flee to France, leaving many great men behind. Once again, the German army has shown its overwhelming power. Dressler's dream of a united Gross Deutschland marches one step closer, but now we must make the final decision on how to divide the former territories of Zapodoslavia. Here we go. And it looks like we just automatically took them. That's cool. Let's take a look. We'll zoom out. Yeah, we just automatically got them. Now, I'm guessing that there'll probably be some national focuses where we could give them to the Hungarians or give them to the Romanians. Yeah, we're not going to be doing any of that. That's ridiculous. What I do want to think now, though, what I'm considering is who do we go to war with next? And the Kingdom of Poland is looking ripe for the picking. But then again, maybe we can get the Polish to actually join our faction. I mean, that would be great. They're right there on the border with the SSR, the Socialist Republics. And we know what happens when these Socialist Republics decide to get together. They attack. Also, it looks like Kirov has been taken out. I don't know if he was killed like he was in real life, but Kalinin is taken over. Mikhail Kalinin. And I know very little about Kalinin, but he is part of the collectivist faction here. So that's interesting, that Kirov was taken out. Kirov was actually considered one of the most popular figures in the actual Soviet Union. Some would even say he was actually a pretty decent guy. He was assassinated by a gunman in his own office. I've actually had a Russian guy on the, and you guys can discuss this here, I had a Russian guy on our stream saying that he didn't think that Stalin had anything to do with Kirov's assassination. Maybe not. I mean, really, maybe not, but I think that's highly unlikely. As we come to control the former Zapodoslavian lands inhabited by Lemko, we find ourselves holding territories of great ethnic tensions and struggle. While directly controlling these territories may be problematic for our government, if we were to grant them titular autonomy as our subjects under the total guidance of the Reich, of course we would get some use of their loyalty and men. Now, this is where we come to the question of whether we want them to be ruled directly by Germany or whether we want to establish a Reich Commissariat. And I think we probably want to establish a Reich Commissariat. What was mentioned there is a really good point, and that is that this area is very, very, very unstable. So So there we go. That is the Reich Commissariat. Interesting. Led by Yaroslav Kaczmarczyk. And as you can see, they have a very tiny area. I mean, it's a little larger than Luxembourg. They've got a very tiny area here, and we've taken the rest of that land. So I think this is the right thing to do. And technically, both of you guys got what you wanted, because not only did we take most of the land, we also created a tiny, tiny little protectorate. And this is great, because now if Poland decides to get snippy with our buddies here, that's going to give us a perfect reason to go to war. Now, we did want to do German plans in the east. And this is where we start considering possibly, you know, dealing with the Polish up front. So I'm going to go ahead and start researching here. Now, another thing we want to do, we're going to increase our conscription and bring this up to, we actually want to bring it up to extensive conscription, but no, we have to, I guess, wait a bit. I think we have to be at war until we do the extensive conscription. So maybe we just want to add some more people to the government. I'm going to go for partial mobilization. Fascinating little war there, guys. That was pretty cool. I do want to save here the Deutsches Reich. Okay. Yeah, I agree. The Polish border does seem a little too close to Berlin. It's making me uneasy too, Twitch. It's making me uneasy too. I saw that. I was like, I don't like that. It is what it is, though. There's not too much we can do about it. And I'm hoping to be able to, you know, maybe get some sort of peace with the Entente, and, you know, just we both focus on defeating communism and we join up. That's what I want to do. As for Slovakia, they'll be ruled by us. Yeah, I'm not giving Slovakia their own territory. Ah, Prague is now a German city. How wonderful. So, of course, now people can go and visit. I mean, clearly we are doing pretty damn well. Let's not lie. We're doing extremely well, actually. If we just move out here, we can see the Deutsches Reich. And if we take a look at the factions, the Stahlpakt is getting pretty strong. Another thing I love here is, look at this. The Imperial Protection Alliance. So basically right now, the Western powers consist of France and Italy. The Entente powers, I should say. And I think if it comes to a war, that's probably going to be a lot better for us, because that means Britain will not be supplying France with troops, and I think that increases our chances of winning dramatically. Also, since these two, boyfriend and girlfriend, broke up, this area has become, of course, the Confederation of the Rhine. So this is interesting. As you can see, they are probably yes, they're a subject of the French Republic, but not a subject of England. So we won't piss England off declaring war on them. And this is another consideration for the future of our great Deutsches Reich. Now, Dressler's still in power. He's doing a fine job. I don't see any reason to replace him, so we'll keep moving forward. Napoleon is saying, dude, after stream, can you come to... Sure, I'll come to Discord. I'm pretty tired here, and I do want to get some coffee in me and wake up a bit, but I'll definitely chat in Discord. It's not an issue. Wait, what assassination? There was no assassination. Which assassination are you talking about? Kirov? Oh, I think he's talking. I can't tell who you're talking about. Was it something I said? All right, let's jump back in. So I'm not sure if he was talking about Kirov, saying it wasn't an assassination. And again, maybe not. You know, it could be said that it was just a lone gunman that shot Kirov. You know, he wasn't like executed by the state or anything like that. It's possible that he acted alone, but I think, you know, the amount of security that existed in the USSR at the time, I think it would be very hard for that to really happen. I think it would be very unlikely. I put it this way. I don't believe that Kirov could have been killed without Stalin at least having an idea about it. I just don't think so. Maybe you're right. You see, strategic planning school. Yeah, Zigbar saying yes to Kirov, and I think Zigbar might have been the guy in on YouTube that we were kind of discussing that. Again, I just find it very hard to believe that anybody could have got to Kirov without Stalin okaying it. Maybe he didn't, but I just find it very hard to believe. All right, technology. We want to go for that grand assault. And of course, some more military factories are always a good thing. I want to go for those as well. It's looking like we're getting pretty low on those light tanks. And they seem to be pretty useful. So I'm going to go ahead and try and build some more. All right, my friends, I want to thank everybody for showing up to this stream. This was a fun one, man. Even though it was late, we had a lot of people show up, so thank you. I will be uploading, of course, the parts of this particular part of our Let's Play, whatever, to the YouTube channel. And, of course, if you want to post comments there, I really would appreciate it. Hope you guys have been enjoying this. Honestly, one of my most fun Hearts of Iron 4 games that I've had, primarily because Ahriman taught me how to be a proper general, and secondly, because this is an interesting nation. It's not one I would support ever, but it is an interesting nation. It's different from the Nazi Party, but it's also quite similar in many ways, and I just wonder where this is going to take us. It's interesting to me also that the SSR, all of the revolutions here that have happened, have not been a direct result of Russian interference. They haven't actually sent in troops. These have actually been revolutions that occurred, like the Finnish one here, which managed to break away from other parts of Finland. We've got White Finland up here, of course, led by Mannerheim. And down here, we've got Sirola leading the Third International, or the Finnish SSR part of the Third International. And we're looking at the Third International. You know, we're all concerned about the Entente and the Imperial Protection Alliance. I think we should be concerned with the Third International. I mean, just look at this. This is scary. Imperial Protection Alliance has India, etc. Really, the only area that's totally unclaimed is China here. It's not really much going on. But I'm not sure how we should proceed here. Ideally, I would be fine if Poland just, you know, joined our faction. I'd be fine with not attacking them. But if they refuse, we have absolutely no choice but to attack. Thank you again, my friends. Take care. And have an awesome, awesome day. Don't forget to subscribe here and subscribe on our YouTube channel down below by clicking the Civil War picture. Thank you, and glory to das Reich!